So in Bangladesh, you could be sitting at a street side tea stall next to a student, a rickshaw puller, or a manager from a multinational corporation. Everyone gathers around that shared cup of tea and they talk. They talk about life, about politics, and most importantly, about cricket. I've always believed that how you treat that person beside you says more about you than anything else. That shared moment over a simple cup of tea is the real test of who you are as a person. So, when um, so I come from a middle class family. We were comfortable, but my parents never gave me more than what I needed. My mother used to say that too much comfort makes you forget empathy. So when I went to study in the UK, I wasn't working because I wanted to do well at the university. And my parents only sent me £800 for 2 months, and half disappeared the moment I paid rent. That meant declining dinner invites, saying no to weekend movies, and also skipping those trips that my friends took to Scotland or the Lake District that summer. For for some of my friends, sorry, most of my friends actually, like myself, enjoyed a certain level of comfort in Bangladesh. And for some, that comfort carried on to the UK because of the extra pocket money their parents used to send them. Now, my parents could have sent that too, but they didn't. And suddenly, for a young boy in his early 20s, this was a shock to the system. I was not only responsible for studies, but for every simple decision that I took for granted. And not being able to do those simple things just because I couldn't afford them hit me hard. But in time, I realized that wasn't punishment, but it was preparation. My parents were teaching me humility, dignity, and most importantly, respect for those who work hard for what they have. My mother is a teacher and an activist all her life. Even today, in her late 60s, she's fighting for women's rights and for social injustice on marginalized communities in Bangladesh. And when my brother and I were kids, she used to tell us that before you become men, before you become successful, learn to be human. She wanted us to understand people and respect everyone. My father shared the same belief. He was only 23 when he lost his own father. He had to drop out of university to take care of his 6 younger siblings. So, and in the 70s, when most women in Bangladesh were expected to stay home, he encouraged my mother to follow her passion. They were an unusual couple for their time, and their teachings made my brother and I the persons we are today, and we are grateful. And from them, from my parents, I learned that leadership begins at home and not with authority, but with care and empathy. And all these lessons prepared me to adapt wherever I go, whether I'm sitting in a Michelin star restaurant or a roadside stall where truckers come to eat and rest, I feel at home. Because belonging doesn't depend on that place, it depends on your attitude. When I came to Canada, I noticed something striking. Here, hierarchy doesn't separate people as much. Back home, challenging your boss might ruin your career. Here, it can start a great conversation. In Bangladesh, people often are afraid of disagreeing in fear of retaliation, and respect is shown by silence. In Canada, respect is shown by listening, even when you disagree. And so for me, belonging means not to blend in. It's about being curious enough to understand that person beside you or who are different from you. It's about showing the same respect you'd show a CEO when you walk into a boardroom to the person sitting beside you in that tea stall. So for me, learning to belong anywhere means learning to see people, not through their titles or their clothes or their accents, but through their humanity. So from the tea stall to the boardroom, the rule stays the same. Treat everyone with dignity. Thank you so much.